All right, so let's learn about owls and draw together. My name is Ms. Collins. I teach science to students of all ages, and this is just one of my Wild Bird Series classes. All right, you ready to begin? Did you know that owls are a symbol of learning? So a lot of companies will use the symbol of an owl to represent wisdom. Maybe you might see a picture of an owl at a library or a bookstore or something like that. And the reason why is owls can see in the dark. And so they're very smart. And so they're known for their wisdom. They are around 200 different species of owls. And so let's look at all of these. What do all of these have in common? Well, you notice that they do have like a circular face shape, right? And their eyes are all placed about the same distance on their head. They have a little bit of small space in the middle. But what do you notice that is different? Well, some of them have dark eyes and some of them have a yellow or an orange eye. So there's a difference. So let's look at all these types of owls. So there's two main types of owls. True owls, which are up at the top, and barn owls, which are at the bottom. So let's look at these. How many have you seen? You can say that you've seen them outside, or maybe you've seen them on TV or on a movie. So hold up with your hand and give me a number of how many you've seen before. I have seen 2 of them, okay? So I'm going to hold up a 2. So I've seen the snowy owl, I've seen 2. I've seen the snowy owl, which is at the top left, the white one. I've seen it on TV. And then I've also seen the barn owl at the very bottom with that heart-shaped face, because we have a barn owl that comes to our house and sits on our roof and looks over at night and makes lots of noise because we have chickens. So it can hear the chickens, but it can't figure out where they are because they're in a house. I have a chicken coop. So what's the difference between a true owl and a barn owl? So if we're looking at it, we see the faces a little different, right? And we see the eyes. So if we're looking at the difference, here are the differences. The true owl is going to have little ear tufts, which means little bitty feathers coming off their ear. A true owl has a large head, is round, but they have yellow and orange eyes. And a barn owl has that face, the circular face, but it has almost a heart shape, but it has dark eyes. And a true owl makes a hooting sound. Let's hear your owl sound. Hoo-hoo-hoo, right? A hooting sound. A barn owl makes a screaming sound. It's kind of eerie, which means kind of scary. And they're both nocturnal, and that means they come out at night. And their color, if it's a true owl, is a brown or a gray. And if it's a barn owl, it's kind of an orange and black. And so this is how I remember it. Barn owls, I think of them as Halloween owls because orange and black, like Halloween colors. And then they make that scary sound because sometimes things can be scary at Halloween. So let's look at some of the facts about owls. Owls are active at night, and the word is nocturnal. So can you say that? Nocturnal. And that means that's when they come out. So are we nocturnal? No, we're asleep. But the owls are coming out and the bats are coming out too. So certain animals will come out at night, and that is not what we do. We sleep. A group of owls is called a parliament. This is very, very strange. So let's look at these groups. And these are probably sisters and brother owls together. But in modern politics and history, a parliament is like a body of people that can't come together and make our laws and things like that. So that's very strange to use that word. Think about if there was a bunch of owls in that room with all of those people. They probably wouldn't get a lot done. Most owls hunt insects, small mammals, and other birds. So we see two owls here trying to get a mouse. But some owl species actually hunt fish, and they go right down in the water and grab those fish up. Owls have powerful talons. That's just like claws, maybe like on a cat or a tiger, but they're able to catch their prey and they kill the prey with those claws. Here is an owl. He is swooping down. He's fixing to get something, right? So let's pretend. Let's pretend that we have talons, right? So let's get our hands just like this, and they're going to reach down and we're going to get something, maybe our favorite food. If you had talons, what would you get? What's your favorite food? I love to eat French fries. So if I was an owl, I'd be grabbing those French fries and running with them so I could go eat, right? Owls have large eyes and a really flat face. It's flat. Owls can turn their heads around as much as 270 degrees. They can't turn it all the way around, but very, very close. Can you turn your head around? Go ahead and try. Owls are farsighted, which means they can't see things close to their eyes really clearly, and they kind of do this with their head. Can you move your head around this way? That's a good exercise for sure. Move it around. It's almost like he's making a circle, right? Owls are very quiet. So when they're flying around at night, you don't hear them. Their feathers are very, very quiet. They're just trying to be quiet, right? They're trying to sneak up on whatever they're going to eat. The color of an owl's feathers helps them blend in. And this is called camouflage. So let's say that word, camouflage, right? So we can see the owls in this picture. When it's fixing to get a little bit harder. Oh, now, can you find the owl? These are the little tufts on his ear. So there he is. Oh, he's very camouflaged. Look at this one. All right, it's fixing to get a lot harder. Ooh, look at this. So we can see this one because of his eyes. And this one, he has his eyes closed. Barn owls are recognized by the heart shape on their face. So remember, the barn owls are going to have the dark eyes, and then they have that heart shape. Here's a barn owl. He's practicing his head movements too. Can you do that? So now we're going to listen to some owl sounds. So if you have headphones, go ahead and put them on. If you don't, you might want to turn your volume up or ask a parent to help you turn it up. So this is a website called Vidivo, and it has free sounds. And you see that has the eerie kind of screaming sound of an owl. So that would tell us it's a barn owl, right? And if we're hearing these little hooting sounds, this is going to be a true owl. Let's listen to that again. Good. All right. So now it's time to gather your supplies. So you're going to need a pencil, some paper, some colored pencils, crayons, or markers. So you pick what you want to color with, but we're always going to draw with a pencil first, okay? So if you need to pause the video, you can. Go ahead and gather your supplies. And so we're going to practice first, okay? So go ahead. You're going to make the shape of an owl on paper. With your pencil, use your pencil. Remember, it's always easier to erase. So you're going to make the two ears, and then you're going to make the body. All right, and so now we're adding in, going to add in the nose. And remember, we're drawing with a pencil. And if I go too fast, just hit the pause button. It's fine. All right, now it's time to draw the two eyes in. And you can trace the eyes. Maybe you have a lid of a water bottle or something like that and you want to trace it. You can do that too. It doesn't have to look exactly like this drawing on the screen. That's the fun part of art. If you want it to make it look different, that is fine. Now, we're going to make two circles for the eyeballs, okay? So we've got the outline of where the eyes are going to go, and now we've got the two eyeballs. And again, you can trace this if you want to. Now, we're going to add two circles. And does that mean that an owl has two eyeballs? No, it doesn't. But the two circles, it just makes it look like their eyes are twinkling in the night, right? So go ahead and try it. If you want to just have one in each eyeball, that's fine. But this makes a really cool effect. All right, now we're going to shade in the eyeball with our pencil. We're going to shade it in. So where you see it's blue, why don't you go ahead and shade it in a little bit with your pencil. And you could go over it later with the color, but we're trying to just prove a point that that's where the color belongs. All right, so now we got a dark shade inside of it. And we're going to draw these two little wings. So add your two wings. All right, now we're going to add, it look like U's, like the letter U. And that is just giving some texture. It makes us think that it's all fluffy. So you can add more. You don't have to add, right here, I only have, let's see, we got 5, 6, 7, 8. You can add 12 or 30 of them if you want to. It just makes it look fluffy. Now we're going to add its little talons. And if you want to put little sharp nails on the ends, you can. Go ahead. All right, so here we are. We got our finished product. So this is what it should look like. And you see how those eyes kind of twinkle? Makes you think about if you look up at a tree and you see an owl and you shine a flashlight on its eyes, what would happen? Now it's your turn to hit the pause button and go ahead and color your owl. And it could be any color you want it to be. It does not have to be the owl, just like the one on the screen. It doesn't have to be this. If you want your owl to be purple, it could be purple. So go ahead and hit the pause button and then color your owl. Now that you're back, I want you not to forget, you need to sign your drawing in the bottom right. That's what all artists do. So if my name's Jennifer and it's Jennifer Collins. So I might write Jennifer, or I might put a J and a C. You decide how you want your name to be. Now I'm going to show you some different advanced drawings. You might want to try to draw one of these. This is a past student of mine. And you see how she used the pencil and she kind of shaded it in? Here are two cartoon-like owls. And you see on the one on the right, look at how many feathers they put in there. How many of those little U's. And notice we got the twinkle eyes. All right, look at these. These are pencil drawings. This is my favorite. Look at this one. And doesn't it make you think about the owl being smart? So an owl is definitely a symbol of being smart and having wisdom, especially if you put some glasses on it, right? Notice this technique. This student added a lot of dots, and that added a lot of texture too. So there's millions of little dots added to the drawing. And those talons look super sharp. Now let's look at some different art projects. So this is an owl made out of fabric, but you can also use newspaper. So you can look around your house if you have little bitty pieces of fabric. So you draw the owl first, and then you put glue on it, and then you paste all the little pieces down. And it could be different things. It could be pieces of tissue paper, pieces of clothes, different things. You could take paper towels and color them with markers, and then cut up the paper towels and glue them on there. Just have some fun with it. Here's an owl painting. And so what this student did is they took a sponge and they dipped it in white paint and they made like a little circle. So it would be like a snowy owl. These owls are out of coffee filters and paper bags. So what they did is they took a paper bag from the grocery store and they kind of squeezed it together to make it look like a limb. And then they took coffee filters, like what we parents put coffee in, and they decided to color those with markers, and they folded them together to make owls. A Lego owl. So you can buy actual Lego owls, or you can just make it out of whatever Legos you have. It doesn't have to be a certain color. Just have fun with it. Paper owls. So these are little toilet paper rolls. And so they folded those little rolls down at the top, and they've got lots of little pieces of construction paper that they glued onto it. And notice the one on the left has the twinkle eyes. A plate owl. And so this is 3 paper plates. And so they've cut the paper plates to make the wings, and then the main paper plates in the middle. And they've got some construction paper they cut up to make the eyes and the nose, or the beak. This one's fun. Cotton ball owl. So you trace your hands on white construction paper, and then you trace the owl's body, eyes, nose, and feet. And then you kind of glue everything together, and then you glue down the cotton balls to make it look fluffy. Painted rock owls. So you're drawing an owl with acrylic paint on a rock. that you found outside. And remember, if you want to keep the owl outside, you had to seal up the rock. So you could go to a store and buy some sealant spray, and you can spray the rock, and then when it rains, the paint will not go away. Now, one fun thing is sometimes stores sell glow-in-the-dark paint. So you can actually put a glow-in-the-dark owl on your rock, seal it up, and put it outside at night. So then when you walk outside, you'll see it. All right, so thank you for joining my owl class. I hope you're going to join me again. All right, until next time, see ya.